Compendium of the Catechism of the Catholic Church, the Sacrament of Matrimony, following. Question 346. What are the effects of the Sacrament of Matrimony? Answer. The Sacrament of Matrimony establishes a perpetual and exclusive bond between the spouses. God Himself seals the consent of the spouses. Therefore, a marriage which is ratified and consummated between baptized persons can never be dissolved. Furthermore, this sacrament bestows upon the spouses the grace necessary to attain holiness in their married life and to accept responsibility, the gift of children, and provide for their education. What sins are gravely opposed to the sacrament of matrimony? Adultery and polygamy are opposed to the sacrament of matrimony because they contradict the equal dignity of man and woman and the unity and exclusivity of married love. Other sins include the deliberate refusal of one's procreative potential, which deprives conjugal love of the gift of children, and divorce, which goes against the indissolubility of marriage. When does the Church allow the physical separation of spouses? The Church permits the physical separation of spouses when, for serious reasons, their living together becomes practically impossible, even though there may be hope for their reconciliation. As long as one's spouse lives, however, one is not free to contract a new union, except if the marriage be null and be declared so by ecclesiastical authority. What is the attitude of the Church toward those people who are divorced and then remarried? The Church, since she is faithful to her Lord, cannot recognize the union of people who are civilly divorced and remarried. Whoever divorces his wife and marries another commits adultery against her, and if she divorces her husband and marries another, she commits adultery, said our Lord Jesus Christ, Mark chapter 10, verse 11 and 12. The Church manifests an attentive solicitude towards such people and encourages them to a life of faith, prayer, works of charity, and the Christian education of their children. However, they can't receive sacramental absolution, take Holy Communion, or exercise certain ecclesial responsibilities as long as their situation, which objectively contravenes God's law, persists. Question 350. Why is the Christian family called a domestic church? The Christian family is called the domestic church because the family manifests and lives out the communion and familial nature of the church as the family of God. Each family member, in accord with their own role, exercises the baptismal priesthood and contributes toward making the family a community of grace and of prayer, a school of human and Christian virtue, and the place where the faith is first proclaimed to children.